Hi, I'm Edward, and today I'll be discussing the DNR Administrative Order number 2021-17 and the DNR Administrative Order number 2021-42. Bilang suporta sa adhikain ng ating gobyerno na siguraduhin ng pamamaraan at requirements ay pinasimple o mas pinadali upang mabawasan ang turnaround time ng delivery of government services, ang DNR Administrative Order number 2021-17 o ang Guidelines for the Affirmation of CRMF and Approval of 5-Year Work Plan of the Holders of Community-Based Forest Management Agreement ay nabuo sa paglalayon na mapabilis ang pag-affirm ng CRMF at pag-approve ng 5-Year Work Plan. Ating talakay ng provisions ng DAO 2021-17. Una, ang bagong proseso ng pag-affirm ng CRMF at pag-approve ng 5-year work plan ay nagsisimula sa ating mga CBFMA holders. Pagkatapos mabuo ang CRMF, ay magkakaroon ng consultation at ratification ng CRMF sa pamamagitan ng General Assembly upang ipresenta at sang-ayunan ng karamihan ang nabuo nilang CRMF. Pagkatapos ng naganap na consultation at ratification, ay kailangan magsumite ang PO ng ratified CRMF kalakip ng minutes of meeting ng naganap na General Assembly. Ang mga dokumentong ito ay i-review ng SENRO or Implementing PENRO and if found in order ay i-endorse sa PENRO. Pagkatapos, ang PENRO ay i-review ang CRMF and if found in order, i-endorse to RED. And lastly, ang RED ay i-affirm ang CRMF at i-approve ang first 5-year work plan. Ibig sabihin, once na ang CRMF ay na-affirm ni RED, automatically ay approve na rin ang first 5-year ng ating CBFMPO. Pero tandaan din natin na kung may mga deficiencies o mga pagkukulang sa mga requirements, the CRMF shall be returned to the SENRO or Implementing PENRO to notify the CBFMA holders in writing about said deficiencies. Ang proseso naman ng approval ng PO ratified 5-year work plan para sa 6-year onwards ay halos kapareho lamang sa affirmation ng CRMF maliban sa approval nito ay ibinaba na sa PENRO. Sa ating bagong guidelines, mas pinasimple at pinadali ang proseso ng pag-affirm ng CRMF at pag-approve ng 5-year work plan. Sapagkat sa DAO na ito, na-delegate na ang pag-affirm ng CRMF at pag-approve ng 5-year work plan sa ating regional offices. Muli, ang affirmed CRMF at approved 5-year work plan ay isa sa mga magiging basihan sa mga assistance na pwedeng ma-provide ng DENR at ng iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno o ng ibang mga organisasyon. Gayun din ang monitoring and evaluation natin sa ating mga CBFMA holders. Tayo din ay pinapaalalahanan sa pag-update ng ating Enhanced Forestry Information System o EFIS at iba pang CBFMA-related database upang ma-update ang status at mga accomplishments ng ating mga CBFMPOs. Kaugnay naman sa mga programa at estratehiya ng Philippine Master Plan for Climate Resilient Forestry Development to place untenured areas into proper management arrangement, nabuo ang DENR Administrative Order number 2021-42 o ang Guidelines on the Processing of Applications for Expansion of Areas under Community-Based Forest Management Agreement to cover adjacent untenured areas within Forestlands. Ang DAO na ito ay naglalayon na mag-set ng panuntunan at pamamaraan sa expansion ng existing CBFMA covering adjacent untenured areas within Forestland to ensure sustainable management and development and continuous maintenance and protection of these areas. In addition, it also aims to further enhance the environmental conditions of CBFMA areas and generation of additional income to improve the PO's socio-economic condition towards poverty reduction and hunger mitigation. Bago tayo magpatuloy sa mga provisions ng DAO 2021-42, i-define muna natin ano nga ba ang binabanggit nating untenured areas at adjacent untenured areas. Untenured areas are parts of forest lands, developed or undeveloped, which are not covered by any tenure or management arrangement and other legal issuances. Adjacent untenured areas are areas within forest land, contiguous or joined by a common endpoint or border to the existing CBFMA area subject for expansion. Ibig sabihin, ang mag-qualify for CBFMA area expansion ay ang mga adjacent untenured areas kung saan ito ay katabi o karugtong ng existing CBFMA area. Ito naman ang mga areas available for CBFMA expansion. The adjacent untenured area has no established plantation or project. The PO managing the CBFMA adjacent to the subject area has the preferential right to apply for expansion, provided that the said CBFMA holder has fully developed its existing plantable area. The adjacent untenured area has an established plantation or project. The CBFMA PO who established and developed said plantation or project has the preferential right to apply for expansion. However, the extent of expansion shall only be confined to the actual plantation or project area, developed and or based on the approved MOA or contracts. The adjacent untenured area has an established plantation or project. However, the PO or entity whose members are not living therein, who has established and developed the plantation or project, has no interest to continue to develop, protect, and manage the subject area. The PO managing the CBFMA adjacent to the said land may opt to apply for expansion, provided that the said holder has fully developed its existing plantable area. The DNR shall then secure a waiver from the PO or entity who established the plantation or project. The adjacent untenured area has an established plantation or project with residents living therein. However, the PO or entity who established and developed the plantation or project has no interest to continue to develop, protect, and manage the area. The PO managing the CBFMA adjacent to the said land may opt to apply for expansion, provided that said holder has fully developed its existing plantable area, provided further that it shall enjoin the participation of the residents living within the adjacent untenured area to be a member of the PO. The DNR shall then secure a waiver from the PO or entity who established the plantation or project. The subject untenured area has an established plantation or project but is separated from the CBFMA area by the presence of alienable disposable land or natural forest. The CBFMA PO who established and developed the said plantation or project has the preferential right to apply for expansion. However, application must be supported by GIS-generated map and subject untenured area is within the jurisdiction of the same municipality and CENRO. The subject untenured area has no established plantation and is separated by the presence of alienable and disposable land or natural forests. The PO managing the CBFMA adjacent to the subject area may opt to apply for expansion, provided that the said CBFMA holder has fully developed its existing plantable area. The adjacent untenured area is classified as natural forest. The PO managing the CBFMA adjacent to the natural forest may apply for expansion, provided that the purpose is for protection and maintenance of the natural forest. Ang qualifications ng mga CBFMA holders for area expansion ay ang mga sumusunod. Affirmed CRMF as of the time of request for expansion, with an updated certificate of PO registration with Securities and Exchange Commission or Cooperative Development Authority, and list of PO officers and members, with good performance as determined through compliance monitoring or performance evaluation. For non-expiring CBFMA, the holder should be good performing in terms of project implementation and compliance to the terms and conditions of the agreement, as determined through the conduct of compliance monitoring. For renewed CBFMA that has undergone performance evaluation, the holder should have at least an achiever or extraordinary performer rating. Ang mga requirements sa pag-apply for area expansion ay ang mga sumusunod. PO Board Resolution authorizing the PO President or authorized member or representative to apply for CBFMA expansion with attachments such as attendance sheet, minutes of meeting, and geotag photos. Letter of intent for CBFMA area expansion, signed by the PO President or authorized representative, authenticated or certified true copy of the CBFM agreement, updated, authenticated, or certified true copy of the Certificate of PO Registration with Securities and Exchange Commission or Cooperative Development Authority, including the updated list of PO officers and members, and affirmed CRMF. Ang mga nabanggit na dokumento ay kailangan isumite ng CBFMA holder sa CENRO or implementing PENRO for review and evaluation. Once na-submit ng POs ang initial documentary requirements, ang CENRO or implementing PENRO ay i-review at evaluate ang mga dokumento at magsasagawa ng ground validation and survey ng applied area for expansion para masiguro ang validity ng application. Kailangan din tandaan na dapat ang maximum CBFMA area ng PO ay hindi lalagpas ng 5,000 hectares o 5 hectares per PO member lang. If the ground validation merits the application, ang CENRO or implementing PENRO ay i-assist ang PO sa pag-prepare ng mga karagdagang mga documentary requirements. Ito ang mga sumusunod. LGU endorsement, GIS-generated map of CBFMA covered area showing all developmental projects, CENRO or PENRO certification that the PO applying for area expansion is the same PO that developed the established plantation for areas under item 5.2 of this DAO, and draft CBFMA amendment in 4 original copies. Kapag nakumpleto na ang mga karagdagang requirements, ito ay i-endorso na sa PENRO for review and evaluation, and if found in order, endorses the same to the RED. Then, if found in order, the RED approves the CBFMA area expansion. The approved CBFMA amendment or expansion shall be notarized at the regional office before transmitting the same to the CENRO or implementing PENRO, bear the same tenure number, and is coterminous with the original CBFMA, and the original copies of the approved and notarized CBFMA amendment shall be provided to the CBFMA holder, DENR field offices, copy furnished FMB, and a certified photocopy for the LGU for information and record purposes. Para naman sa database and monitoring and evaluation, ang mga sumusunod na activities ay kailangan gawin ng DENR field offices. Update the EFIS and other related database for consistencies. Update the CRMF and 5-year work plan to incorporate plans for the approved expansion area. Ensure that development to be introduced in the expansion area are in harmony with other forest management plan, and include the expansion area in regular monitoring and evaluation. The budget needed for processing of applications shall be included in the CENRO, PENRO, and regions' work and financial plans. Verifiable indicators shall likewise be identified as basis for monitoring and evaluation. That's all for DAO number 2021-17 and DAO number 2021-42. Thank you.